In this video, we're going to dive into an essential tool for filmmakers and content creators, ND filters, specifically for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. If you're serious about getting cinematic footage from your Osmo Pocket 3, the ND filters might be the missing piece of the puzzle. So a little bit about ND filters. What are they? ND filters are neutral density filters, act like sunglasses for your camera. They limit the amount of sunlight that enters your lens without affecting colors, helping you maintain proper exposure in bright conditions. But why is this important? In filmmaking, we follow the 180-degree shutter rule, where you set your exposure, double your frame rate. So if you're filming in 24 frames per second, you set it to 48. There's no 48, but the closest one is 150. If you're filming in 60 frames, you film in 1/120. Now, this helps you achieve that natural cinematic motion blur. Now, without an ND filter, your shutter speed often skyrockets in bright conditions, resulting in unnatural, jittery footage. ND filters allow you to control this, achieving smoother, more cinematic shots. So this mega pack from Freewell includes ND filters from 8 all the way to ND 1000. You've also got the ND PL filters. You've also got an LPR filter and also a quarter mist filter, which is what I'm using now. And if you notice the highlights, it's a little softer, so this helps you get that dreamy footage. As you can see from these two videos, one that has the correct shutter speed, you can notice a motion blur, and the other one with a faster shutter speed, and you notice there's no motion blur. So with Freewell set, you also get the NDPL filters, which are ND and giving you that proper exposure, but also a polarizers, which reduces the amount of light from reflective surfaces such as water and glass. Polarizers also help enhance contrast and saturation, making skies look deeper and reducing harsh reflection. This is a game changer for outdoor creators shooting landscapes, water bodies, or even car cinematography. Now, in order to achieve that dreamy video, you want to use a mist filter. You can also achieve this in post, but it's better to just get it from your camera itself. So with the quarter mist filter from Freewell, it's a must-have for those who love that soft cinematic glow. Unlike the standard ND filters, quarter mist subtly diffuses highlights, softens skin tones, and reduces digital sharpness for a more organic and filmic look. Now, I mentioned earlier that the ND filter set goes from 8 to 1000. Now, you're wondering why or when you'd use dark filters such as 256, 512, or 1000. Well, that comes of help when you're filming time lapses. So if you haven't watched my drone hyperlapse videos, I always mention shooting at a shutter speed of 1/4 or 1/5 to get that motion blur in your hyperlapses. So when you're filming time lapses with your Pocket 3, you want to make it as dark as possible and then shoot at a manual shutter speed of 1/4 or 1/5 to get that motion blur in your time lapses as well. So on bright days, if you're shooting at a shutter speed of 1/50, you want to use dark ND filters such as 32 or maybe even ND 64 at times, depending on how bright it is outside. Now, I've used a lot of ND filters over the years, and their products are top notch. Their quality is amazing, and they keep getting better with each new product. Now, this mega set is amazing for content creators to give their content a more polished look. If you shoot outdoors often, whether it's travel vlogs, cinematic sequences, or just everyday content in bright conditions, this set is a game changer. It allows you to control exposure without sacrificing image quality, giving you smoother motion blur and a more polished professional look. Now, without an ND filter, your footage might look overly sharp and jittery because the camera has to use a fast shutter speed to compensate for bright light. But with an ND filter, you can slow your shutter speed down and achieve that natural cinematic motion blur. It also prevents blown out highlights. If you've ever struggled with your sky looking completely white or your subject being overexposed in direct sunlight, these filters can fix that instantly. But not everyone needs ND filters. If you mostly shoot indoors under artificial lighting or in controlled studio setups, you likely won't face the same exposure challenges. Your camera settings will stay within a balanced range, making ND filters unnecessary. Now, the same goes for nighttime or low light shooting. At the end of the day, investing in an ND filter set comes down to how much control you want over your footage. If you're serious about achieving the best possible image quality, these ND filters are a must-have. But if your shooting conditions don't demand these, then you'll be fine without them. So have you used ND filters before, or you're thinking of getting your first ND filter set and trying them out and see what your footage could look like, let me know down in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like this video and also subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one.